welcome everyone to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Hoosiers will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Wisconsin's offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, this offense is built around a guy who could be a generational talent at wide receiver.
This offense is explosive because of that guy. He can take routine catches and turn them into long touchdowns. He can take the top off of a defense. They're going to throw his way early and often in this game, David.
And I can tell you already, the defensive coordinator is not enjoying his life.
Oh, he's got some space. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
Finds a tight end, and they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball at the 38, the defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks, it's Barmore. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And the Badgers look to keep this drive humming. He'll keep it himself. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Indiana's offense will go to work for the first time. Wants to change this route. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Under fire. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack.
Turning it on. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Pulls and fired complete. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Hoosiers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Hoosiers will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. The throw. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to adjust the pattern. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Indiana! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. They just took the air out of that thing, and that might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just roared down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Gilmore. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. To the ground with the back. Big time play by the defense, he'll lose 4.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's going to take off. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Badgers send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Takes it on the return. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll start this drive at their own 48. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Here's the handoff. And some room to work. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. have been lighting up their stat lines. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hoosiers! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Motion from the wide receiver. The receiver on the jet sweep. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Trying play action. He lobs one high down the left side. Fires and picked off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Makes the catch. It's Alexander. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quick strike complete. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Indiana! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
They'll try to tack 1 more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score. Trailing breaks into the open. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. And the Badgers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The play action fake. Gets it out quickly. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Barmore. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the Badgers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Badgers!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Eastern Michigan. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Hand off from the shotgun. Makes it past the marker. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Hoosiers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. They'll start this drive going to the air. A strike downfield. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got his man quickly. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. The Hoosiers want to move quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Got his man downfield. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And the Hoosiers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Makes the grab. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they've taken the lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're gonna see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Badgers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I am at nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. Great place to start for this offense. The give to the lone running back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got his man on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He slides that just inside the right upright. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the 3rd.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced their opponent to kick a field goal. Nice job.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Bringing the heat. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got it.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 10 to Eastern Michigan. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one, Kevin? Oh, he's got some space. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
And the Badgers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back has it. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. They'll ride the hot hand, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Quickly complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Badgers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. The play punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Behind the chains now on second and long. Power football with the run. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fires it incomplete.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They go to the ground. Turning it on. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He makes a catch. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. They'll run the screen. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Wants to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking down the middle. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Now they'll run the draw. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Badgers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll give it to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. The Badgers are on the move. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
And the Badgers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Sets up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He's got it and more than enough for a first down. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. He'll pull it on the read. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Now the play fake. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme anymore.
He's got it and still on his feet.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's 4th down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this 4th down conversion.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Badgers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Touchdown, now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Georgia is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett among the greats to play in Athens.
To the air on first down.
They're trailing by just 4 to...
Breaks into the open. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. It's a fine line right now between being aggressive, trying to win it here, and not blowing the game with a turnover. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's second and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. Quickly out to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Alexander. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. He's got 93 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. And the Hoosiers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
From the gun. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Indiana! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Right on the money. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses, and man, we saw that here today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.